everybody, my name is Nikki. This is an all levels practice accessible to wherever you are in your journey of practice and in your body this morning. We'll be doing some shoulder openers, some back bends, and a little bit of balance, and we'll see where we end up. So let's start top of the mat, wherever that is for you. If you don't have a mat, you're on a rug or some other surface, just be aware of where you are and how it impacts your practice today. But you don't always need all the props that are offered. So take a few breaths here, just get a sense of grounding through the feet, right? A little bit of length through the spine, little lift of the hip bones in the front of the body to engage through the core, right? You can lift the shoulders on your next breath in, but let them sort of shrug away from the ears on the breath out, right? And there is a sense of lengthening through the back of the neck, so the back of the head draws a little closer to the sky, little tuck of the chin towards the chest with that movement, right? Take 2 more big breaths in and out. Yeah, last one, lift the collarbones on the inhale. Nice, slow relax on the breath out. Yeah, and we'll extend the arms up and overhead. They can sweep out to the sides or out in front. And when you exhale, fold forwards, right? Nice softening of the knees, right? When you get here, take a couple breaths in, right? Bend the knees as deep as you like. Right, the exhales for these first ones, you can sigh, the mouth open, right? Head is heavy, right? A sense of pouring the spine towards the earth, right? A little shift and exploration if you'd like. And then take 2 more big breaths in and out. Good, last one in and empty. Yeah, and then find a halfway lift, right? Hands can always stay on the earth, but for most of us, they find the shins or even the thighs. Take a couple breaths here. Pull the crown forwards. And again, back of the neck is long, so there's a tiny tuck of the chin towards the chest. Right, knees can bend even deeper here if you need. Sometimes that's a nicer stretch through the hamstrings. Last breath. And then fold and release. Good, take a big breath in, find another halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. All right, nice long lunge up on the ball of that right foot. You want to stack the left knee over the left ankle. All right, pull the crown forwards. Think of a long line from your right heel to the crown of the head. And if you're looking for a little more work already, you can fly the arms either back or even forwards for even more work through the shoulders and mid-back here. Another breath. And then plant the hands. Drop the right knee down. You can stay on the ball of the right foot or release the top of the foot here. We'll just take a few breaths stretching into the hips. Right, that right quad stretching here into the hip flexors. If you want and you're ready, you can bring the hands to that left thigh. Right, so the hips are sinking down and forwards, the thighs are plugged in, and you're pulling the body up and away from the left thigh. Yeah, another big breath in. And then plant the hands, right? You'll step forwards and come into a halfway lift as you inhale. We'll hold again here, and this time bring the hands to the low back. So the fingers are pointing the same way as the tailbone. Palms are pointed or facing down, and if you can, squeeze the elbows to the sky. Right? Try not to lift the chin and the gaze, so you're looking straight down, and soften the knees as much as you need to here. Take another breath. Good, and we'll fold and release, stepping the left foot back to lunge, right? So again, up on the ball of the back foot, right knee stacked over that right ankle. Take a few breaths. If you want that more fire, arms could always fly forwards or back. Right, see if you can draw the shoulder blades a little closer together in the back body, lengthening the collarbones here. Take another breath. And then land to the hands. Drop that left knee down. You can stay on the ball of the foot or release the top of the foot here. Right, sinking into the hips, thighs are plugged in, and if you're ready, hands can find that front thigh. Yeah, another breath. Good, and then plant the hands and step the left foot forwards. Right, nice halfway lift, hands to the low back, fingers pointing the same way as the tailbone. Squeeze the elbows in, take a couple breaths, right? Soften the knees if you need to here. Navel draws to spine on the breath out. Last breath in. And then fold. Good, let's come all the way up. Extended mountain, nice big sweep. Gaze follows thumbs. For this first one, we'll stay an extra breath. Fill up. And then exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Hands land, step that right foot back, right? So low lunge again here. If the knees don't like being on the earth, you can always choose a high lunge if you prefer. Right? Once you're in that shape of the lunge, front knee stacked over the front ankle, the arms will come up and overhead. Right? Again, plugging the thighs in, lengthen the body up and out of the hips, and see if you can start to pull the thumbs back, drawing the collarbones to the sky, right? Shoulder blades drawing into the heart a little bit here. Another big breath in, and then fold. Hands plant, stepping forwards, right? Coming into that halfway lift, hands to the low back, fingers pointing the same way as the tailbone, or interlace the hands, palms drawing towards each other here. Elbows squeeze in, maybe the hands fly up and off the back. And then exhale, fold, right? If the hands are on the low back, you can leave them there or release them down. Couple extra breaths in this first big opening through the shoulders. So we're going to move through the sequence a bunch of times. So you have time to find the depth of these shoulder openers, right? No rush. Right? Release the hands to the low back. Inhale, come all the way up. Gaze follows the thumbs. Exhale, fold forwards here. Halfway lift to fill. Hands plant. Left foot back to lunge, right? Low or maybe high, depending on the knees, hips, ankles. Right, pull the heart up, pull the thumbs back, take a couple breaths. Last breath in, lengthen, spread the ribs out. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, left foot steps forwards. Right, halfway lift, hands to the low back or interlace the fingers. Exhale, fold, release the head and the neck. Right, release the hands as you inhale, come all the way up. Then they reach up and overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge, low or high. On the inhale, arms come up, big breath in. Exhale, stay. Fill up, inhale. And stay. One more breath in. Fold, plant the hands, right foot forwards. Halfway lift, interlace the hands so they come to the low back. Exhale, fold. All the way up, extended mountain, big reach. Exhale, fold forwards here. Halfway lift. Hands plant, left foot back to lunge, lower high. Inhale pulls you up. Exhale, stay. Right, we have 2 more breaths here. You'll notice I cue a lot of breath. Doesn't mean yours has to match up with mine, so find your own rhythm here. Last breath in, and then fold. Plant the hands, stepping forwards. Halfway lift, hands to the low back or interlace. Exhale, fold, stretching the shoulders, neck and head heavy. Inhale, rise all the way up, extended mountain, or starting to build a back bend here. And then exhale, fold, soften the knees if you need to. Halfway lift. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge, low or high. Inhale up. Exhale, stay. Big breath in, bigger reach. Fold, plant the hands, step forwards to inhale. Find your bind, whatever you're using here. And then exhale, fold. All the way up, extended mountain, big reach. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. Hands plant, left foot back to lunge, lower high, in. And stay. Big breath in. Fold, plant the hands, step forwards, right? Nice breath in to lengthen, bind, or hands at the low back. Exhale, fold. All the way up, extended mountain or standing back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. One more time through, halfway lift. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge, lower high. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. step forwards, find your shoulder opener here, inhale, and fold all the way up, big reach, all the way down, halfway, fill, hands plant, left foot back to lunge, lower high, just a breath, in, and fold, step forwards, halfway lift, interlace if you'd like, fold, all the way up, extended mountain, all the way fold, halfway lift, fill, hands plant, right foot back to lunge, take a couple breaths here, again, dropping the back knee or keeping it lifted, and then anchor your right foot down for warrior two stance. If you can, the left knee stays over the left ankle, and we windmill the arms up for warrior two. Right, so check the feet. You want to think of the front heel lining up with the arch of the back foot as a starting point for this pose. Right, if that front arm is pulling you forwards, try to settle the shoulders back over the hips here. Right, and you do want to sense a strength in the inner legs. Right, but use the anchor in the feet to begin it. So that pinky outside of the right foot anchors down, right, the whole left footprint grounded. Right, now pull the spine longer without the hips rising. Right, pull the fingertips further away from each other without the shoulders rising. Two more breaths. Good, now straighten the front leg, turn the toes in, and we'll move into warrior two on the second side. Right, same thing, try to settle the shoulders over the hips. Pull the arm or the wingspan long. Pull the spine longer. On the exhales, navel to spine. Good, another breath in. And then the hands will come behind the back. Interlace the fingers, draw the elbows in. If you'd like, draw the knuckles down to the earth. Right? Think of your inner biceps rotating away from the armpits. There's a sense of lengthening collarbones, of shoulder blades sliding into the heart. Take another big breath in. You can lift the chin. And now humble warrior. So the legs stay. Torso slides along the inner right thigh. Right? Hands can release to the hips, low back, or you fly them off the body here. Right? Maybe relaxing head and neck. Try to pull that outer right thigh back in space so there's control in the hips. Two more big breaths in and out. Last one. Good. Hands release to either side of the right foot, up on the ball of the left foot. Good. Square the hips here. Right? Left hand stays grounded, right hand to right hip as you stack the shoulders. Right? Navel turns towards that inner right thigh, right shoulder presses back in space, left shoulder slides down and away from the left ear. Right, if you'd like, that right arm can extend for the sky. Two more breaths here. Good, right hand lands, and then just a little different here. Shorten the stance like you would for warrior one. That left foot anchor is about a 45-degree angle, but just stay grounded. Right, notice the different stretch in the hip here. Take a couple breaths, right? If you want a little more work, hands to the heart. Or even last two breaths, arms forwards, palms in, like you're holding a yoga block between the hands. Last breath. Good. Plant the hands and step the left foot forwards. Halfway lift to fill. Fold forwards here. All the way up. Extended mountain. All the way down. Fold forwards here. Halfway lift. Big breath. And then the hands land and the left foot goes back to lunge. Take a moment. Right? And then we'll anchor that left foot down for warrior two. Try to stay strong and the legs rise up. Right? So second time through, right? Body's going to be different. Mind will be different. Right? But pull the spine long, pull the fingertips long. Take another breath. And then straighten the right leg, right? Reach forward as far as you can. The arms stay in line with the earth. This front hip drops, almost like someone's pressing into the hip crease, right? When you can't go further, that's when you drop. So body is strong, right? There's a sense of not really needing to anchor this right hand too much. Gaze can follow the left fingertips here, and if you're like me, work to drive or draw gently the right shoulder away from the right ear. 2 more breaths. Yeah, a little bit of extra strength here. Look down, extend the right arm forwards, another breath. And then warrior 2. Yeah, now straighten that front leg, toes turn in, warrior 2, second side here. All right, check with the grounding of the feet, the strength in the legs, that pinky edge side of the right foot anchored. Right, length through the arms, gaze over that front middle finger. 2 more breaths. And straighten that front leg, front hip drops, reach forwards, right? Find the strength first, and then like an afterthought, that left arm drops. Right, gaze can come up if it works in the neck. To the side or down, great alternatives here. Right, again, like me, maybe that left shoulder needs to work away from the left ear. Another breath, right? So watch the involuntary movements, right? Don't give anything away. Yeah, now look down, that left arm forwards for a breath. To warrior 2. Now hands behind the back, opposite thumb on top if you can. Inner biceps rotate out. You can leave the knuckles at the low back or pull the fist towards the earth here. Now take a few breaths. Yeah, one more in, heart lifts, and we'll take humble warrior. So left side of the torso along the inner left thigh, right? Knuckles or hand can fly off the back, or you can release to the hips of the low back. Head and neck surrender, outer left thigh drawing back in space. Right foot still anchored. Another breath. And release the hands. Up on the ball of that back foot, shift the stance to square the hips. Right hand stays grounded. Left hand to left hip as you start to stack the shoulders. Navel twists towards that inner left thigh, right? Powerful in the right leg. At any point, if you'd like, extend that arm for the sky. Right, check with the shoulder, strengthen the center of the body, twisting on the exhale, and maybe with the lungs empty. Another breath. Good, release. Last pose here is this warrior 1 in the stance. So shorten a little, right foot lands at about a 45-degree angle. Right, you can stay grounded, maybe a halfway lift, maybe arms fly forwards if you're really craving fire in the shoulders and upper back. Another breath. And then plant the hands and step the right foot forwards. And take a halfway lift, nice big breath in. And then exhale, fold. All the way up. And we'll sit the hips for chair pose, right? Bring the feet close, so big toe mounds touching here. And let's give the arms a little bit of a break. So hands can find the heart, right? Take a moment to press the hips back. So when I look down right now, I can see my toes and some of the tops of my feet. Right, in the front body, there's a sense of lifting the hip bones towards the low ribs. So working to be strong here. Right, now lift the right heel. And we're just gonna build some strength and fire in the glutes. So hug the right heel into the butt, right? You're gonna press to standing, the thighs squeeze close, right? Right glute engages here. Now sit deep. And then we're just gonna tap that right foot back and then come forwards. And we're gonna do 3 more. So stand and sit deep, tap and come forwards. Good, stand and sit deep, move slow, tap. Almost no weight touches that right foot. Last one, stand, sit deep, tap, come forwards, chair pose. Take a breath in and out. Ooh, let's fold. Halfway lift. Just fold. Good, all the way up, extended mountain. Chair pose, hands to prayer at the heart. Right, again, take a moment to sit back into the hips a little here. So we want the back body to catch us. Right, left heel lifts. Heel into the butt. Squeeze the thighs close. Stand tall, legs strong. Sit deep, and we tap. Good. Come forwards and stand. We'll do 3 more to sit and tap. Good. Forwards and up. All right, sitting deep. Last 2 to tap. Come forwards and up. Good. Last time. Sit deep to tap. Coming forwards. Chair pose. Arms up. Big breath in. Fold forwards here. Halfway lift. Hands plant. Step back to plank. Right? Nice big breath in. Slow as you can. Keep those elbows over wrists. Lower all the way down. Good. So hands under shoulders, or even a little further back here. We'll take a few back bends. We'll start with cobra pose. So squeeze the elbows in, hands not like pressing like entirely into the mat, maybe like 50% lightness here, and then just lift the heart. Squeeze the elbows in. Notice to lift higher, you need a little more press in the hands, but keep the elbows bent. Right, feel the heart, try to restrict the expansion through the abdomen. Right, so use this opening to really challenge the muscles in the chest and upper back. Legs are strong, don't let the ankles collapse out. Right, you don't need full engagement in the glutes, but you do want the legs strong. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then release. Good. We'll do 1 more cobra pose. Hands stay under shoulders. Some of you are going to have space to take them back further here. Right, eventually they come under the elbows. Right, feet are rooted. Inhale, lift. Right, quads still on the earth. Pull the heart forwards. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Center of the chest, drawing forwards. Right, draw navel to spine on the breath out. 2 more. Right, lift the heart a little higher. Last breath. And release. Good. Stack the hands, land the forehead or a cheek on the mat. Try not to shift or move too much here until you know exactly what you need. Yeah, if you have one cheek turn the mat, turn the other cheek to the mat. Take a couple big breaths in and out. Yeah. And then coming up to the forearms here, like you want to start with elbows under shoulders, and then you're actually going to turn your left forearm parallel with the top of the mat, right? My elbow's still under my left shoulder. Okay. Really working here not to let the knees collapse wide. You're going to bend the right knee, heel drawing towards the butt. And then you're going to reach back for that right foot and draw the heel towards the butt, right? Eventually working to re-square the shoulders, but take care. Right, making sure that right knee doesn't need to collapse wide to make space for this. Using some kind of strap to help you with this one is a great idea. Towel, scarf. Right, some of you are going to have space here to draw the heel down towards the outer leg. And the elbow will start to bend towards the sky. And eventually the hand flips forwards and the elbow bends perfectly up. It's a big one here, so just take care if you're there. Another breath in and out. Good. And a slow release. Take a moment. Let the right shoulder relax. And then we'll come into the second side. So the right forearm turns parallel with the top of the mat. Left knee bends. Again, try not to let the leg collapse wide, drawing the heel towards the butt. Right, eventually the heel draws outside of the left hip, and eventually some of you here are going to flip that left hand forwards, left elbow bending to the sky. Right, don't get caught up in all the options or the depth of the pose. Just, right, be where the body is a little bit challenged, but also where the mind can stay present and engaged. Right, the shape is actually secondary to the experience. 2 more breaths wherever you are, right? So as long as it's safe and strong, there's no right or wrong here. Good. And then release again, let that left shoulder release. All right, hands will come under shoulders, tuck the toes, and let's just press up to tabletop pose. All right, take a few breaths. All right, spine relaxes. We still have some back bends left, so we don't necessarily want to over release the back, but we do want to take care. Right, a great release after all that is down dog. So when you're ready, on an exhale, hips go up and back. Right, notice if the down dog needs to be a little longer, a little softer in the knees or lifted in the heels. Yeah, and then walk the hands back to meet the feet. Take a halfway lift here and stay, soften the knees, and then all the way up to standing. Okay. Right foot will come forwards, maybe halfway up the mat. Okay, you want the hips to be square, so I have about a hip width of distance between my feet, almost like I'm on sort of skinny train tracks here. Right, collarbones lengthen, so hands can be in the hips or the heart here. If you'd like a little more challenge through the shoulders, cactus arms, sometimes a nice alternative. Right, we'll start with just a halfway fold, so nice big breath in. And if you're in cactus in the arms, you want to think of dipping the forearms down in line with the earth. Right, there's that gentle tuck of the chin towards the chest. Right, if hands are at the hips, you could squeeze the elbows to the sky, and at the heart, you just want this sense of keeping the collarbones long. Okay. Pull the spine as long as you can. Keep the right hip drawing back. Another breath. Good. Come all the way up to standing. Little soften into that right knee. Step forwards and take the left ankle to the right thigh. Right, now sit down into the hips. Right, eventually they press way back. And eventually here you can also fold towards the earth, getting a nice stretch through that outer left hip. Right, hands can stay. Sometimes in this one, if I'm sort of enjoying the work in the shoulders and feeling a little playful, I'll play with binding here too. Good, 2 more breaths. Yeah, and when you come up to standing, just bring that left knee up and extend the arms up and overhead. Squeeze the right glute, take a breath so the legs are strong. And then step the left foot forwards for pyramid on the second side. Right, take your arm variation here, whatever serves you. Nice big breath to lengthen. And then find your fold. Right, starting with that halfway fold. Right, taking care of the shoulders. Notice the length in the heart across the collarbones and that little sense of tucking chin to the chest. So this is really, partially about the fold, but partially about the strength in the legs. Right, if you have that cactus in the arms, press the back of the arms to the sky. Take another big breath in and out. And then a slow rise. Hands to the heart, soften into the left knee. Coming into our first balance on this side, right ankle lands on the left thigh. Right, drop into the hips. Right? Then eventually folding the heart towards the earth. Some of you have space here to reach for the ground. Right, you can always use the knee and ankle as a little bit of a place that you can land and also press. Good, 2 more big breaths here. Yeah, slow rise up to standing. Float the right knee, extend the arms. Big breath in and out. Good, right foot lands. Take a big breath in, follow the thumbs with the gaze, and exhale, fold forwards here. Halfway lift to fill. Hands plant. Step your right foot back to lunge. Right knee lands. Yeah, just extend the arms up and overhead. Right, sink into the left knee. Pull the body long. Right. You can keep that left arm reaching, or you're going to take it to the left thigh here. A little bit of leverage. Right, reach up long through the right side. Pull your right thumb back in space. So deep stretch here. Now take it over to the left as well. Right, and you might, with that reach to the left, be able to take your left fingertips to the earth. Right, sometimes that's just about how long your arms are and not how deep the stretch is. Last breath. Good, coming back up. Plant the hands. Yeah, step the right foot forwards. Step the left foot back. Drop the left knee down. Right, low lunge, arms up. Just setting up this next big stretch. All right, right hand confined to that right thigh. Pull the body long. Reach back with that left arm. And now over to the right. Maybe being able to settle right fingertips on the earth here. 2 more breaths. Good. Plant the hands. And this time, step back to plank. Take a nice big breath in. It's just one back bend here. So halfway lower or all the way to the earth, right? From the earth, find cobra again. Or from your halfway lower, find up dog, right? Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Pull the heart to the sky. Take another big breath in and out. And then down dog. Couple breaths here. Good. Pull forwards, high plank, big breath in, and then all the way lower. Yeah, extend the arms back alongside the body here. Right, so palms can start down. We'll just start with locust pose. We'll build through a few breaths. So shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Lift the heart and stay. Another breath. Good. Hands can fly if you'd like, right? More length through the front body. Pull the heart forwards. 3 more breaths. Lift the legs if you'd like. Good. Another breath. And release. Yeah. Bend the right knee. Grabbing the outer ankle here. You can flex the foot or point the toes and grab the top of the foot instead. So it's still locust on the left side, but it's half bow on the right. Right? So pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Lift the heart, right? Kick the right foot into the right hand, pull back on the foot. So the knee will lift, front of the quad will lift. You can fly the left leg and even the left arm, right? Take 3 breaths. Another one here. And then release, right? If half bow isn't working, right? Even just locust pose, we have 1 more. So just that second side, right? Left leg or left knee bends, try to keep the knees hugging in. Left hand grabs that right heel or right ankle. Right, pull the heart up, kick the foot into the hand, pull back on the foot. Right, you could fly the arm, the leg, none at all. 3 breaths. Last one. And then release. Yeah, take a few breaths. Try not to over-release the low back here. Right. If you turned one cheek to the mat, turn the other cheek. Right, no movement without purpose. Take a couple more breaths. Good. Hands under shoulders, tuck the toes. We'll head back to down dog. If you want a few breaths in table, please feel free. Right, in down dog, soften the knees, and when you're ready, right away, we're headed back towards the feet. Lazy fold, soft knees, let the head hang heavy. And then slowly all the way up to standing here. And we'll start on the left. So left foot will step about halfway forwards. Okay? You're going to extend your right arm back, but flip the palm out so the thumb points back. And just like we did with the bind, think of your inner biceps rotating out, right? So there's a sense of lengthening here. Right? You can start with the left hand on the left hip. Eventually the left arm comes to the sky, right? We want to think of pulling the heart up here. So soften into the left knee, right? Step forwards, bring the right hand to the inner foot this time, right? If it's not spacious enough, absolutely turn the palm in and grab the outer foot, right? We have more than one time to try this, so just take your time. Pull the heart up, right? If you have space, start to extend the left arm up, right? Maybe start to pull on that foot and then kick the foot into the hand as you start to tip forwards a little, right? Gaze can rise, shoulders drawing closer in the back. Take a few breaths. Good. And then just a slow release. Take a few breaths. Second side, so the right foot comes forwards, almost like that pyramid pose step. Right hand can stay at the hip, left arm comes back. If it works in the shoulders, open the palm out so the thumb points back. Right, bend into the right knee, squeeze the thighs close, left knee pointed to the earth. Right, lengthen along the heart, try to square the shoulders forwards. If you have space, kick the foot into the hand. Right, pull back on the foot. Maybe the right arm extends up. Right, don't get caught up in the shape, get caught up in the experience of being grounded and strong, and also opening and filling the heart here. 2 more breaths. Good. And then release. All right. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Take a few breaths. All right. Maybe one hand to the heart. All right. Tune into the experience that unfolded. Maybe it was steady and strong. Right. Maybe it was messy and uncomfortable. Right. Every experience valid whenever it's the truth. Take a big breath in and out. Good, arms up, big breath in. And fold forwards. Halfway lift to fill. Just fold. All the way up, big breath. And then chair pose, right? Doesn't need to be deep, we're just using it for transition, but also to strengthen that left glute or to fire it up. Right heel lifts. Hug it into the butt. Right, extend the leg back, kick the heel high, take a breath, and then warrior 1. Right, just here for transition. So left arm lifts, heart rises, right arm back. Flip the palm out, turn the thumb back. If you're not feeling the balance this morning, just stay here. Fill the heart on the exhales, navel to spine. Try not to let the abdomen take too much of the breath. Right, if you're feeling the balance and you're ready for one last dancer pose, up on the ball of the right foot. Right, as you step forwards, hug the thighs close, right knee points to the earth. If you can, you grab the inner foot, kick the foot into the hand, pull the heart up, right? The circle of energy lengthening through the front line of the body. 2 or 3 more breaths, wherever you are. Good. If you're in dancer, slow back to warrior 1. 1 big breath, fill the heart. Plant the hands, step forwards, halfway lift. Fold, plant the hands, left foot back. Last bit of fire here. Warrior 1, rise. Right, you can stay. Maybe right arm reaching, left arm back, palm out. Again, you can stay, working the shoulders. Or maybe one more time, dancer. Up on the ball of that left foot. And slow step forwards, draw the thighs close. Right? Grabbing that inner left foot. I just realized I forgot our last chair. All right, let's kick the foot into the hand. Lengthen through the heart, pull the fingers high. Right, keep drawing back, let the pose unfold. Another breath. Good, warrior 1, big breath in. Stay, last in. Fold, plant the hands. Last flow here, step back to plank, right? You can hold or chaturanga. Take a back bend from the ground or up dog. Last time back, down dog. Big breaths here. 2 more. Good, heels lift, look forwards. We'll come to a seat. Hop, step, or walk. All right, take a few breaths. All right, notice how you feel. Where's the energy, the aliveness in the body? Right, what does the mind notice about it all? And what do you notice about the mind's noticing here? Yeah, so from an easy seat, either Sukhasana or stacking the heels and shins, just twisting gently towards the right. right? So if I'm a mirror image of you, that left hand would come to the outer right knee, right hand comes behind you, right? Draw the body long, big breath in, and gently twist. Good. Back through center, fill, and then twist again. Good. 2 more times. So the arms stay, but it's a little unraveling of the body. Last one. Good. Stay in the twist. And lengthening the spine, using the body, right, to release all that energy and physicality of the back bends here. Right? You can always shift the gaze back over the opposite shoulder. I often use this one just to stretch through the neck. Right? Navel's still turning though into the twist. And then slowly unwind. Yeah. Second side, right? That right hand would come to the outer left knee if you're doing the mirror image of me, right? It's a breath to lengthen and a breath to twist. Good, a few more. Right, a little coming out of the twist on the in, deeply into the twist on the out. One more time moving. Good, staying nice and deep in the twist. Right, at any point, if it feels like it makes sense, you might unravel the neck and look over the opposite shoulder, sometimes tipping the ear to the sky. And then coming back and out through the twist. Good. Taking the legs long here. Take a couple breaths just with the spine stacked. Again, notice what's going on. Knees bent deeply for this one. We want to be able to press the stomach into the thighs, and it's gentle to start. So just curling forwards. Notice the low back, right after all that back bending, what's going on. Good. 3 more breaths, longer exhales here. And then restack the spine nice and slow. Take a couple breaths. And then come all the way down to the back body here. So you want to think in this last release of just, taking care of the low back in a way that allows you to move on after this practice safely. So you can bring the arms out in cactus or straight out in a T. I don't have a lot of space, so I'm in cactus here. Knees will stack over hips. Press the feet close, thighs close. Take a nice big breath in. And then when you exhale, you're going to drop the knees to the left, and you're trying to move them towards that left elbow, so they come up. Good. And then you come up back through center. This can be done as well with straight legs, so it's an in and an out, and they don't need to come all the way down, but we're just using some work through the core to release through the back. Yeah, so do 2 more times to that side, straight leg or bent knees. Good. And then coming up through center and moving the other way. So on the exhale, knees to the right. Try to pull them closer to the right elbow. Inhale back through center. Exhale out. Good. 2 more times. Back through center. Into the twist. The legs squeeze close. The knees and thighs hug into the center line. Good. 1 more time. Yeah. And then back through center. Right. Take the feet to the earth, and you're either going to take the feet wide and drop the knees in, or bring the bottom of the feet together, knees out, right? Wherever you are, you can take a hand to the abdomen, one to the heart if you'd like. Right, a few breaths to land, and one last shape that requires the body to notice before we move into that final place of Shavasana. Right, and again, right, tune into the experience of being here. Right, this breath, this body, in this moment, in this place. It is unique, right? Never before having happened, and really never going to happen again. Can you be present and aware and fully awake to this unfolding here? And wherever you are, take a few more breaths, right? No rush. Right. If you'd like, you can hug the knees into the heart. And I encourage you here to take time for Shavasana, even if it's just a moment or two, right? Time and stillness for the body to decide what to keep and what to leave behind, right? To sift through all that's unfolded, right? For what we really need to carry with us forwards into the world, right? So stretch the body long, feet wide. If you can, turn the palms to the sky. Right? You want this sense of having poured the body into this shape, poured yourself also into the moment. Right? Find ease without reaching. Right? Find stillness without struggle. And for these minutes here, 3, 5, 10, 15, just be.